In this video, I want to talk to you about learning in business school, or continue on in this series, but I want to talk to you about the role that other students play, the role that students sitting beside you in the chairs in your business school courses play in your learning and education. Well, to start with, you're all in this together. Okay, business school can be very demanding. It can be challenging in terms of the work, but the time that it requires and the dedication to it. Having other people in similar positions from different backgrounds and things like that, all going through the thing together, it provides a level of camaraderie, a level of support. These people not only work through the courses together, they become friends, they spend time outside of class together, they can celebrate together, commiserate together, they can develop common goals, things like that. So once again, the camaraderie is huge. And in that way, they can also provide a level of motivation, okay? There's an aspect of competition in business school, obviously, right? There's a lot of alpha types that enter the business school programs, and they're very competitive in nature, right? They want to outperform the person beside them. And when you have high quality, very diligent, hardworking students beside you who are going to perform well, who already have a wealth of acquired knowledge, but also are going to acquire a lot of knowledge and expand upon their abilities, their knowledge base, expand themselves as a person in business school, I would hope or think. That's going to motivate you as well to see this happening to others, that you are going to be part of that as well, right? Groups that you put together almost always assimilate to each other, right? As long as they stay together as a group, you start to see common characteristics and a common thread there that you'll see about the striving for success. Again, is a common level of motivation that permeates throughout. Okay, and then lastly, having a diverse student body, not just ethnically or demographically diverse, but diverse in terms of thought process, experience, background, things like that. That adds to the collective knowledge base that is getting disseminated throughout the classroom. There's it's not just one-way traffic from the textbook and the professor lecturing on textbook or research or other notes or just reading case studies. It's how you interact with that material, how your fellow students interact with that material, the questions that they ask. When you're on group projects, because most work in business schools have some element of group project or group work to it. How you interact with those other students, hearing their opinions, seeing their perspective, that type of thing. It all has a major effect on your learning as part of the program. Now, one thing I'll say about this, in terms of talking about, in other videos, we talk about the role, we talk about the quality of business schools and things like that. And one of the aspects we talk about is the quality of student coming into the program. That is, students who have shown a level of diligence through their GPA and test scores and things like that. Well, what we do know is that oftentimes standardized testing and your grade point average is not always an extremely accurate reflection of your ability or your intellect or even your acquired knowledge. Okay, but it does show your diligence, right? It shows the extent to which you are willing and or able at a particular time to prepare for your courses, to undertake the level of work necessary. So generally, you're going to have, in particularly reputable business programs and things like that, very diligent students who have done well and followed the procedure and prepared well for examinations and things like that, to have a good grade point average and things like that. Okay, you're also going to have smart individuals who have a strong intellect, a strong ability to learn, and the other element of smart, the ability, a large amount of acquired knowledge. So you can think of it in terms of that, so that's going to expand the definition of what is a good student. A smart student in terms of learn knowledge, ability to learn, other elements of smart such as the ability to recognize emotions in others or emotional intelligence, and then diligence, how hard you're going to work, your work ethic or your dedication to your learning or the program or whatever you're pursuing. Collectively, all of those aspects of a student just reinforce the effects that these students have on you and your learning within the business school or the business program.